All right, good afternoon, everybody. So, this will be the last section that we will talk about when it comes to the Muslims, because we will be done with the Western part and we won't pick up with them again for a while. So, this is pages 136 and 137, chapter 4, lesson 3, section 3 in your textbook. So, basically, let's get started. So, we're going to talk about Jewish people in the golden age of Jews, because what ends up happening is Jewish people who were living in Spain are persecuted under Christians. Remember, Christians are still upset with Jews because, well, they killed Jesus Christ. They're not the same religion as Christian religion. They are different. There are differences. So basically, they weren't liking Spain very much when Christians were there. However, when the Umayyads took control, they allowed the Jews to basically, hey, if you want to practice your own religion, we're okay with that as long as you know you're under Muslim rule. In fact, Muslims would hire them to work in government, high ranking official jobs. Okay? An example of this would be Samuel Ha-Nagi was the first Jewish Muslim leader of Grenada. I mean, he held a high ranking job as a first minister. And this is, an advisor to other Muslim rulers. So this is huge, this job that he had. You also had Hazai bin Shaprut, who served as Abdul Rahim III's physician and advisor. So not only was he the doctor to the main caliph in the Muslim empire in Spain, but he also would advise him on foreign policy, treaties with other Muslim countries or Christian affairs, because Christians are still trying to invade Spain, and he became a very powerful asset to Muslim Spain. So Jews are not only going to be accepted, they're also going to be allowed to be a part of government in high-ranking jobs. This is huge. This is big. Jews would also make a new language called Ladino, which is basically you have this as a combination of language and culture that they will develop while living in New Spain. And also other Jewish people who are being persecuted by Christians or other groups that are in Europe or around the world, they're going to flock. They're going to run as quickly as they can to Al-Andalus, which is New Spain, because they see all of the progress, all of the greatness, all of the religious freedom, all of the opportunities that are being offered in New Muslim Spain versus where they're at now. So it's just going to increase the Muslim empire and its awareness throughout the world. Now, I know this is a long one, but this person is very important. A Jewish scholar by the name of Maimonides, who became a hero in Spain, because what's going to happen, like all great empires, like we saw what happened to the Abbasids, the Al-Andalus is also going to fall, the western part of the Muslim empire. And one of the big issues that caused it to fall was this group that decided to take control from North Africa, known as Almohans. And basically what they're going to do is they're going to take control of Cordoba, but instead of accepting other people and other races and other religions, they are going to say, look, you need to be Muslim. If you're not Muslim, then we're going to kill you. Maimonides is not going to take this. He is going to stand up and fight and rebel against this new group. Now, of course, he doesn't have an army. He's not a warrior. He's not a soldier, but he is a student. And so he is going to run to North Africa, where he will begin to write, where he will begin to use all of his knowledge that could have been in New Muslim Spain, but he's going to basically keep that for people who are living in Africa or who are reading his books. He's going to write about religion. He's going to write about science. He's going to write about medicine. He will later write a book called The Guide for the Perplexed. And this is a book that will show, as you see at the bottom here, that religious faith could be supported by the study of philosophy. Why is this important? Because usually philosophy and religion don't mix. Sometimes they do, but most of the time they don't. Because usually philosophers like to deal with scientific facts, scientific evidence, things that they can see, tangible stuff, where religion you're basing most of your education on faith. Do you believe it? You may not see it, but it's there. So what he tries to say is that he says through faith that you have through religion, you can have some type of philosophy to support that. So basically what he's trying to say is if your mind and your heart believe it to be right, then it's right that there is a God. So a lot of times science and religion don't mix, but he's saying that they can mix. And this is going to be an important book that both Christians and Muslims will read. So this great scholar, Maimonides, is going to be huge in changing religion from what it once was to a newer form. So the decline of Al-Andalus. Once Maimonides dies in 1204, Muslim Spain will begin to fall apart. You're going to have smaller Muslim factions fighting for control. They're going to break away, make their own little empires, their own little kingdoms. So now Muslim Spain is going to be divided. You're no longer going to have that strong caliph who is going to keep everyone together, everyone united. You're not going to have that strong Umayyad connection. They're all going to be fighting for power, all going to be fighting for control to be the true caliph of Muslim Spain. Christians are going to realize this, and so they're going to take advantage of it. They're going to launch attacks daily. They're going to attack Muslim Spain any chance they get. So by 1240, the Muslims are going to be pushed back south of Cordoba. The Christians are going to take control of North Spain. And for the next 250 years, Christians are going to eventually control the whole Iberian Peninsula, which is your Spain and your Portugal. So Muslims would control Spain for a very long time, but they couldn't hang on to it because, again, inside, the government starts to fail. Inside, it will fall. And Muslims will never, ever control Spain again.